the Girl Scouts is facing a little bit of controversy because they decided to start accepting transgendered girls into their organization, right? And this is something that I give them a tremendous amount of credit for because, you know, if you are born a boy but you identify as a girl, they will accept you into their organization. I know that some people are uncomfortable with that, even though I don't really understand why. But this one girl, her name is Taylor from Ventura County, California, basically the Republican mecca of California, is very angry about this, okay? She's been selling Girl Scout cookies for years. She's been raising money for Girl Scouts USA, and she is outraged that Girl Scouts USA would be accepting of transgendered girls. So she is asking for people to boycott Girl Scouts, Girl Scout cookies, okay? She says, look, Girl Scout organizations throughout the country should find other ways of raising the money, but don't raise money for Girl Scout USA. Anyway, let's watch a little bit of a video from this hater right now.
I'm asking you to take action with me and boycott Girl Scout cookies. I ask all fellow Girl Scouts who want a true all-girl experience not to sell any cookies until GSUSA addresses our concerns. I ask all parents of Girl Scouts who want their girls to be in a safe environment to tell their leaders why you will not allow your girls to make any more money for GSUSA.
Okay, so this is the thing. When it comes to things like this, I really do try and see the other person's point of view. If you're worried that your daughter's in the Girl Scouts and there's, you know, physically boys that will be in it, I understand that. So if you have your worry about it, cool. But so maybe they should implement some kind of process.
The transgendered girl in this story, in this specific case, is 7 years old. Okay, I don't think a 7-year-old boy is going to pretend to be a girl so he can go to Girl Scouts and molest little girls. Like,
or maybe it's not even molesting. Like that's what I was thinking too. Maybe they're 7 because I didn't think they got as high as high school. Maybe it's just a little 7-year-old boy that wants to go and harass little girls. Some little 7-year-old boys like harassing little girls, not in a sexual way. Just messing them, you know, whatever craziness that they want to do. And if it's just to make a joke out of it or play around, I get that too because there's this hallowed sacred thing about the Girl Scouts. So if you just have like a general interview process, you're letting people in. I don't know the process for letting girls into Girl Scouts, but just to make sure that everything is free and clear for paranoid people's minds.
I think people who are paranoid about this, and I'm going to get a lot of hate for it, but it's honestly what I think. I think people who are paranoid about this and scared of transgendered people are just ignorant. And I don't mean that in a hateful way. I just think that, look, this 7-year-old, look, born a boy, but the mother has struggled with it. She's been interviewed about this and says, look, my little boy, I had a little boy and then I realized he doesn't identify as a boy. He identifies as a girl.
And he consciously says it.
Yeah, absolutely. So he dresses as a girl.
Confident enough to do that, I think it's okay to go ahead and basically double check and make sure type of thing without being a rigorous or not a browbeating thing. I'm not proposing that at all. But just so, you know, you can accept people in as to whoever they are and then also quell some of the fears of your other members. It's even though and as you said, ignorant and out of touch that they may be.
And the reason why I say ignorant is because it's something unusual. It's something that they're not familiar with, right? So it sounds scary. It's like, oh my God, but you know, she has a penis, so I don't want that person to be around my little girls during like camp and things like that. And I can understand, believe me, I can understand that concern. But once you learn that these people literally identify as girls, right? This person identifies as a girl. And I just feel bad that someone as young as 7 has to go through those kinds of struggles. Because at 7 years old, you're so innocent, you're so young, and to be born a boy who identifies as a girl, that's tough. And to have like someone in Ventura, California protesting against you. By the way, what drives me crazy is this girl, Taylor from California, is protesting against a Girl Scout group in Colorado. So why are you so scared? Like, you're worried about your safety? What is a 7-year-old gonna do to you? She lives in a different state.